Well, welcome to the Valley Nature Center here in Weslaco, Texas. This is a nonprofit 501c3 environmental education facility right downtown Weslaco. We teach about nature, and we've been here for 27 years now. Our whole mission is educating our folks about nature and what nature is, why nature is important, and how you can help nature and how you can enjoy nature for that matter. We do a lot of programming to meet our mission and our goals, and today, as you're here, you saw summer camp, kids nature summer camp going on, and that's a lot of fun for the kids. It's also very important because these kids are going to be our leaders next, and they are going to be ones protecting nature for us. So the Valley Nature Center was formed back in 1984 by the local Frontera Audubon Club, and they needed an educational venue and facility, and so the Nature Center was born, and we've been here ever since at the Valley Nature Center educating the public. Here we are at the Valley Nature Center's exhibit hall, and this is a nature hall full of live and not so live animals. We have a lot of reptiles here and amphibians and arachnids, a lot of cool snakes that you can look at, tortoises, Texas tortoises and live turtles. And there's a lot of hands-on activities in here. We really enjoy that. Kids really like to be able to pick up things and touch things and learn by seeing up close and feeling and touching. And that's one of the big things that we really try to strive for here is we don't try to hide everything behind glass doors. We try to leave things out where kids can actually touch. And there's a whole table over there full of animal skulls that they can touch, and the coyote that's sitting out on the table, not live, but nonetheless he's there, and they can touch him. They can feel the fur, they can feel the tail, and they can feel the teeth and all those things. That's so important. One of the things we are striving for is hands-on here in the exhibit hall, and you can see our Texas tortoise. This is a replica of a Texas tortoise here, and it's awfully big compared to what a real Texas tortoise is, which is a tiny little animal. But this is for kids to be hands-on with. This is for kids to be able to climb into. They can be the tortoise, they can live it. But we also realize that kids today, they have a lot of technology around them. So some of the other things we have here is a bird program that they can actually test on and actually use the computer to find out what species of bird is calling and what it looks like. And we also have a butterfly program the same way. And then we have one computer in here with your footprint, your global footprint, and how much energy you are using up from day to day, and how much you're putting back into the environment. So you can actually go online and use that footprint and figure out how much of a detriment or how good you are to the environment, so to speak. So as I mentioned here, the Valley Nature Center is a nonprofit. We're privately owned and funded. We have to write grants and beg for money and get donations and membership and program funds. And we really have a good support with the citizens here at Weslaco and across the whole valley, because we are valley-wide, and we get visitors from all across the valley, all across the world for that matter. Nature tourism is pretty big here in the valley, bird watching and so forth. But one of our programs is a volunteer program, and we would love to have anyone's help that can come and volunteer for us. There's so many different things you can do. You can work with the kids programs, or you can work out in the nursery, or here in the gift shop. There's a lot of things that you can help us out with. One of the really cool features here at the Valley Nature Center is our gift shop. This is a nature store that's full of t-shirts and really a great selection of nature books. And we're actually known in the Valley for having one of the better selections of natural history books, field guides, and all sorts of different books that got to do with nature. And there's t-shirts, there's toys, there's hummingbird feeders, butterfly feeders, a little bit of everything here, a little bit for everyone. And one of the programs and projects that we're actually really proud of, and that's for sale here at the Valley Nature Center, is our DVD program with Richard Moore. And we actually have 3 different DVDs now that we've produced over the last 3 years. And these are educational tools that we actually give for free to the schools throughout the Rio Grande Valley. And this last one was on historic ranches and how they conserve and take care of the habitat. And so, since there's a lot of ranches up towards the coastal bend, we also send out 400 DVDs to the Corpus Christi area this year. So that's 800 different schools, districts, or schools themselves, school campuses that will receive these free DVDs. Our gift shop is educational in nature, so people that come here can get educational items. And of course, it also helps our mission because the gift shop does provide income for us. And it's an important part of our annual income that is derived from the gift shop, as well as our native plant nursery, which we can see in a minute. Here we are at the Valley Nature Center's Native Plant Project, and this is a native plant nursery. that we grow native plants from all across the valley, and it's open to the public. If you want to come and buy some native plants for your yard or school or business, we have them right here, and we have about 100 different species of native plants, and they're all grown here locally, some by local growers, some by United States Fish and Wildlife Service, who we have a contract with, and we help them out with their revegetation efforts. So that's a good partnership that we have with U.S. Fish and Wildlife as well. And some of those plants come from there. Some of the plants we grow ourselves, and some come from the native plant rescue operations that we talked about earlier, where we go out and dig plants where there's fixing to be some development, where somebody's clearing some native habitat. We'll go dig plants, bring them back, pot them, and then they're available to the public, or we might even donate them to some of the schools. But this native plant nursery is not only important for the general public, but it also is a part of our annual income that we rely on every year. We do have about a mile worth of walking trails inside the nature park here. The park itself is 6 acres, and then there's about a mile of these trails that are made out of crushed native caliche or limestone. And there's good signage out here. There's also some benches and a nice trail system for you to come out and walk. There's several water features in the park. This is a small resaca that we created years ago for turtles, red-eared sliders that live in here. There's a lot of gambusia or mosquito fish that live here. There's also leopard frogs. Mexican tree frogs come here. So quite a few wildlife that use it. Of course, all the mammals come and drink here, all the birds. And when the yellow-crowned night herons nest in here during the spring, the young often come and wade in here and actually catch the minnows that are in here. So these water features are very important for the wildlife. This is where they get their drinking water and their bathing water, and some of them get their food from here. This is an area we call the Resaca Grove, and there's native palm trees growing here, sable palm trees, as well as our state and national champion potato tree that's right around the corner here. It's the largest potato tree in the nation. Grows right here at the Valley Nature Center. Some of the features of the park are still remnants of the old petting zoo that was here, owned by the city of Weslaco back in the, I think, late 70s, and actually built by the same people that built the Gladys Porter Zoo. They brought over leftover material. We do have a couple of feeding stations, but this is the main feeding station of the Valley Nature Center, where there's benches or chairs out here where you can come and sit and just enjoy the different birds that come in. And there's a couple of water drips in the back. There's little ponds where water dripping into them where birds can come bathe or drink. We have hummingbird feeders and seed feeders and finch feeders and oranges for the chachalacas and other birds that like to come and eat at the oranges. And some of these oranges actually act like attractants for other birds, because the oranges attract gnats and small flies and small insects, and some of the insectivores, some of the warblers and other species of insects will just come and feed right on the insect they're sitting on the oranges. So it's kind of like their fast food joint. There's 3 different cactus beds throughout the Nature Center Park, and for the most part they have native cactus in them. There's one in particular by the feeding station that have a lot of non-native cactus in it, just to showcase all the different cactus. This was planted years ago, maybe 20 years ago, by a cactus society, a succulent society that used to meet here at the Nature Center. And we've left the cactus beds here as is, and a lot of the reptiles enjoy them. We do a lot of different programming here. We do adult programming as well as kids programs. We have a lot of field trips from the schools come out to the Valley Nature Center. We also do field trips for adults where we go birding in other places. We work with Fish and Wildlife to do the Salt Lake tours, tram tours at Santa Ana as well, and we work with our local state park and other entities to do birding trips and kids nature camp, kids club and kids nature club. A lot of fascinating different programmings that we do through the year, and there's always something going on here at the Nature Center. And we're fixing to expand. One of the things that we are looking at is a brand new building, and we've been working on this for a while. And right next to the new building will be a half-acre wetland, and we're hoping to break ground on that this week. Right outside our door here, our back door, is where our native plant nursery is. Just to the side of that is an old basketball court, and the city is going to move the basketball court into Gibson City Park, so the kids won't lose their basketball court, but we get to build a new building and a wetland out there and expand the park a little bit and expand our facilities. We desperately need a bigger building, a newer building. This one's been here since the 1920s, 1930s, and it needs to be replaced. It served us well, and we really appreciate our partnership with the City of Weslaco. They are allowing us to have a long-term lease here at this facility. It's owned by the city, and the grounds and the park is owned by the city, and we operate it. And so it's a good partnership. It's a good things that we can do for the citizens of Weslaco as well as for the whole valley. We hope to have this building done in about a year, and by August 2012 we hope to have a brand new building and a grand opening, and we hope that everybody can come out for that and enjoy even further. It'll be an awesome facility, over twice the size of the facility we have now, and it also will have some really state-of-the-art exhibits. I don't think you'll find another nature center here in the valley that will have quite this type of exhibitry once we're done. It'll be a really cool facility to come visit, besides the 6 acres of wildlife and native habitat out here.